So we are devoted to hiring devoted, friendly, and hardworking employees. I am so excited to see your interest in this company. This is a fun place to work. I can answer any questions you might have after this interview, but first I want to get to know you better and see if you will fit in our company. My first question is just to tell me about yourself, tell me about your family, what your parents do, if you have any brothers or sisters, anything you want to share.
Okay, so I kind of have a unique story. I was born in Colombia, in South America, and at age 5, my parents decided to move to the U.S. And we've been living in Tulsa, Oklahoma since. And so it's been kind of interesting because I have been raised in a multicultural family. My parents obviously very much so withhold our Colombian roots, but also we've really tried integrating ourselves to the American culture. And so whenever I moved, it was just my brother, my older brother, who's now 25, myself, and my 2 parents. But a couple years later, my little sister was born. Her name is Sarita, and she has Down syndrome. So it's been us 5 ever since in Tulsa. And my moving here to the U.S., it was really hard for us. And so my mom, she started off working cleaning houses, and my dad was a waiter at a restaurant. But through time, he was able to open up his own business, and now he has a landscaping business. And during that time, I really devoted a lot of my time to dancing. I started in the 5th grade, kind of late in the game, but I devoted all my time to ballet, and I actually thought it was going to be my profession. And so I spent a lot of time being disciplined in the studio and also balancing school. And then I also worked. I was a nanny every single day after school until I came to college. And so, one of my greatest interests is traveling. And I think I got that from my family. My family loves to travel. So it's a little bit.
Good story. So what do you like about yourself?
I like how upbeat I am, but also I think I can integrate myself into groups of people or be easily relatable, which has made me, which I think translates into me being in an upbeat mood most of the time, just because I can feel very comfortable in settings since I can be easily integrated. And I also like that I do have I do have 2 cultures because it has given me a very broad perspective on a lot of things.
If you woke up tomorrow morning and could pick any job, what would you choose?
I truly and honestly, I would love to be Anthony Bourdain. I don't know if you've ever seen his show No Reservations on CNN, but he essentially is a travel guide, connoisseur, journalist. So he travels all over the world, and he kind of writes reviews on the places that he goes, and tries food and wine, and just meets people. So that would be my idealistic dream job. But I know that is not, or I don't know how attainable that is going to be in my life. So starting my own medical mission would be my other dream job. If I could just wake up tomorrow and be head of that and have my doctors and everything ready, I would be so happy.
Okay, regarding your work, what are the 2 things you believe you do best?
So I am definitely a goal setter. So I think that I'm very directed in what I want. So whenever I have a job or a task to do, I automatically look at the big picture and realize what I want that big picture to look like. And so knowing that, all the steps in between, I believe that I'm good at kind of organizing myself to get to that big task. And also I think that I'm very good at working with others. So in the sense of like having patience and listening and integrating my thoughts, but also integrating theirs. So if a work needed to be done in a group setting, I'm very good at managing that.
Do you have any obstacles that you've had to overcome in the past?
I think my biggest one truly is moving to the United States. Because I moved at age 5, and so I spoke Spanish fluently. I had been raised there for 5 years, and that transition to the United States was very, very hard. I vividly remember starting preschool and not speaking for that whole year. I did not ever say a word once in school just because I didn't know the language and I did not know what my classmates were saying. And I just remember feeling like such an alien. And this feeling is still so vivid today, which is kind of crazy because I was so young. But integrating myself in that situation is definitely one of my hardest obstacles, but I'm so thankful for it because I think it has led me to integrate myself in other situations a lot easier just because I had to face that. And with that came a lot of insecurities and a lot of hardships, and so overcoming that has essentially set me up for success in other areas.
What do you do when you are under pressure or stressful situations?
Yeah, I like to really, whenever I know I'm under pressure, I like to really, kind of like I said earlier, look at what I have to do a to-do list. I am such a list person, write it all out and know that I have to do one thing step by step, and kind of figure out how I'm going to get there to take that pressure off. I am really good at working under pressure, but I believe it's because of that, because I know that is something that eases my nerves. And so I automatically write a list of all the things that I need to do, how I'm going to do them, and just start from the first thing, cross it off, and then go on to the second. So very much so, I kind of move like a ladder. Yeah, so.
Do you have any heroes that you look